For you, who were the big mentors? Who changed the game in your career?
I would say two people really. One of them was a boss I had in Rolls-Royce many years ago, who probably recognised something in me that maybe other people didn't, and gave me opportunities to prosper in Rolls-Royce. And I took on 2 or 3 new roles and took on challenges in Asia Pacific for the Rolls-Royce team, and was very successful. Very fortunate. As I say, for me, a lot of this business is right place, right time, and I think I probably was in the right place at the right time, but that helped enormously. So that was one. And I think the second one really is Raoul, my current MD of Interglobe, and not wishing to say this on TV just because he may watch it, but he made a very interesting comment to me 5 years ago, and it's always stuck with me. I was interviewing somebody and I wanted to employ them for a job, and he said to me, "Nigel, why have you asked me this question?" I said, "Well, I just want to get your approval and feel that we're going the right direction." He said, "Listen, I employ you to do a job, and during the course of your time with us, I just hope you make more good decisions than bad." And I thought, what a great way to run a business, and it gives you such confidence, and you have such ability to work with your own skills.
And he knows what he wants. Exactly. It's probably around those 5 years ago that I played a very short round of golf and had a massive debate with Rahul about the difference between a budget airline and a no-frill airline. That's something I can never forget. But that said, he also plays golf, and he's a damn good golfer at that. And
did you lose money to him that day?
Well, I have to admit, we quite didn't complete the round for very many reasons. But you have to tell me, do you play with him? And if so, do you believe in losing to the boss or winning over him?
So unfortunately, I mean, he travels an awful lot, and he spends a lot of time with family and friends when he's outside the office. So I don't have the pleasure of playing with him often as I like. But no, I wouldn't lose to him just because he's the boss. Definitely not. Definitely not.
He needs to know that he's employed the right people who play well.
Absolutely.
Courses that you've been really wanting to go to since you've traveled so much in the region, where have you played? What have you sort of enjoyed the most?
So I played a lot in Singapore, which I think the courses there are just beautiful, spectacular and well run. I do like the Indian courses. I have to say there's some great courses. JP Greens I've played quite a lot. And out on Classic I've played, and I've played Delhi Golf Club. So, Delhi Golf Club for me is something that's very special. It's a very old-fashioned course, but it's actually in the city, in the heart of a city, and you would never know you were there.
That's right.
So, and then in Asia, I've played Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia. So, very fortunate to have played some lovely courses.
So, the course that's on your bucket list
would have to be St Andrews.
It would?
It would have to be. I
you
think
do
it's
know
the
that
home of golf.
That St Andrews is also open on Sundays. There's a public park for people to take a long walk.
I do, yeah. Maybe I'll do that and not ruin the golf.
Yeah, that's true. As we sort of approach the green, I think the bigger question is, 5 years down, do you see the luxury business take a brand new scale in India? I mean, we've surprised ourselves in smaller ways. Mm-hmm. A small car market where people are now just completely, they're suckers for the SUV, for example. And that's a good contrast to give you a sense of how luxury is sort of latched on into the country. Do you think that's how some of the more high-end luxury stories will play out?
I think so. I think you can only see growth in this sector. Now, will it grow, exponentially? I suspect not. But will it grow with a double-digit growth year on year? Absolutely.
And that's the aim?
That's the aim, for sure. And in the yacht business, the same. Very nice.
Lovely. I can fairly make out that Sevi is the guy that you followed.
Absolutely.
All the years that he played great golf.
He did.
And was a great man, that to say.
I think so.
Yeah, and that's why good people can make good golfers. Good golfers can also be good people.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start the rapid fire. Okay. Well, we already know the bucket course that you have on your list, but the important one is play at dawn or at dusk?
Dawn.
Play with Sevi Ballesteros or Jack Nicklaus?
Sevi Ballesteros.
Pet peeve on the course?
Slow play.
The one thing that you don't like about people in business?
They lack patience.
The one thing that you think you'd like to explore as a career but you haven't yet?
Hotel business.
Even if it loses money, just as sometimes aviation does?
No, I wouldn't like it to lose money, but yeah.
What's the biggest bet that you've ever had on a course?
I played a round with a gentleman in Singapore once for £100, and that was a lot of money to me in those days.
Did you lose or win?
I lost. Don't tell my wife.
All right, here's to winning ways in the future. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Most important part of pitching is to understand distance control. The pitch shot is one of the most varied shots in golf because we are playing shots from 30 yards up to 100 yards, which would be a full shot with a sand wedge. And to control the distance is the difficult part. What we need in pitching is to understand that we have only one main lever working, which is the body action. And we are changing the length of the backswing to control the length of the distance. So what we have is, to understand this or to get a good perspective of this, try to imagine a clock. This would be 6 o'clock, that would be 12 o'clock, that would be 9 o'clock, that would be 3 o'clock, and your left arm is the needle. So we could take a backswing which is going 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. To keep it simple, use the left arm as the needle. Now I make a swing with a 7 o'clock backswing. So we turn the body, get the left arm to 7 o'clock, and from there, turn through. I've hit that shot about 30 yards with my lob wedge. Now if I take a backswing to 8 o'clock, I'd get a little more yardage. So here we go to 8 o'clock and turn through. I've gone about 10 more yards. Now I've got certain numbers with my lob wedge. I do the same exercise with the sand wedge, the same exercise with a gap wedge if I have one, or with the pitching wedge. And now from here to 100 yards, you have many different shots. You could have a lob wedge from 9 o'clock and a sand wedge from 8 o'clock. And then you choose which one feels more comfortable to you, which one do you visualize better. Is your sand wedge better? Is your lob wedge better? And once you have that, when you're on the golf course and you have a particular yardage, you'll know exactly which backswing to take and which club to choose. Once you get that, you'll find that you'll be playing your short game much better.